Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Rangel Marquez, K. Braden. Good morning to you. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Richard, Flora, good morning to you. Good morning, Richard. Good morning, Rev. Marcus, good morning to you. Good morning, SSS, Mr. SLG, Andrew the Believer. Good morning, everybody. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Happy Saturday to all my beautiful traders. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. I'm fixing some stuff on my screen. I'm just lining some stuff up here to make sure everything is lined up. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's go, Jay Wynn. Well, you're in the right spot, that's for sure. Zed Method with the first hearts. Let's go, everybody. Annihilate these hearts. I'm about to pin it. Are we ready? Annihilate the hearts. Let's go. Mr. Dave with the $1.99 super chat. Yes, it is. Thank you, Mr. Dave. Good job. Make sure we're tapping over there on the tubes. Tap, 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 tape, tap, tap. Hello, Joel. How are you? 11 with the follow. Chrissy with the follow. Thank you so much, everybody. Let's go. We're going to get this party started here soon. Are we ready, my beauties? Are we ready? All right, you're good over there now. Let's go. Who is that, Rev? Yes, Rev. We got to annihilate these hearts, though, first, folks. We got to get them out of the way. I had to fix the alignment up on the two streaming platforms. Christina Zan, good morning. Good morning, everyone. Who was green this past week in the market? Were you green or were you red in the markets this past week, huh? Put it in the chat. Who was red? Who was green? Let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Marcus was green. Paul was green. Yes. K. Braden with the hearts. Thank you, my beautiful K. Braden. Green. Very good. Very good, everybody. All right, we're going to get to work early. All we ask that you do is tap the screen, share the live out, repost. We have 3 shares right now. Repost, donate if and when you can, and get rid of those hearts. Mr. Dave, there he is. Mr. Dave, my boy. Thank you, Mr. Dave. Good to see you, my brother, as always. Good job, Flora. All right, traders, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. How many of you currently right now, we got to get a basis of what's happening here with everybody. How many of you right now are pretty much red at the end of the month? The trading month comes to an end, doesn't matter what month, and you look and you're red. You're like, damn, I had a few green days, but I'm still red at the end of the month. Put me in the chat. Put me in the chat. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Who is red at the end of the month all the time? Big B, okay. I got you, my brother. Big B is red. Who else is red? Don't be afraid. The only way you're going to learn is to confront this. You have to confront this. Making yourself believe that you're not red isn't going to help anything. Frank, yes, Mr. SLG. All right, so a lot of you are red at the end of the month. Now, we're going to break out for you why you're red at the end of the month. The first and the biggest thing of the reason why you're red every month is you have no risk management. Zero, zilch, none. You get into a trade, you hope it goes in the direction you want it to go in, and then if it doesn't, you freeze up and you lose big. So risk management, that is number one that you must know in order to be a decent trader, consistent trader at the end of the month. Who knows what number 2 is? You got to do your risk management. You have no idea where to enter. Your entry is just a guess every single time. You have no clue where to enter the trade. And that's frustrating, right? You get in a trade, and then within 4 seconds, it goes in the opposite direction. You're like, here we go again. So the problem we have here, traders, is that you're entering not knowing what is going on, and then the trade goes against you immediately, and then it comes back to your risk not having any, and all hell breaks loose, right? All hell breaks loose because you have no risk management. That's why that's number 1. But if you don't know where to enter properly, your risk management is going to be even worse on top of that. So your risk management's bad. You have no idea where to enter in the market. What's number 3? What is number 3, my traders? Who knows what number 3 is? Put it in the chat. Your risk is bad. You don't know where to enter. What would be number 3? If you take too many trades, this problem is going to get even worse, okay? Because think about this, traders. Think about this. You have a terrible risk management. You don't know where to enter, and you're doing this over and over again, more than once, more than twice, more than 3. So the more that you do this over and over again, how is your month going to be at the end of each month? It's going to be red. Really, really, really red, correct? So we're going to break out all of these 3 things for you today. This is your problem right here. No risk management, don't know where to enter, and you take too many trades. If that sounds like you, put me in the chat right now. If that sounds like you. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Make sure we're tapping those screens. Right now, we are at 11,000. The Humble Day Trader, thank you for the rose. Marcus, thank you. Mr. Dave, J.L. Haba, thank you very much. Whoa, let me do one thing real quick. That sounds like a lot of you. I get it. I get it. We're going to fix it for you, okay? We are going to fix this for you. Let me do this one thing, my traders. Okay, number 1. Let's take these one by one. Risk management. The only thing we control in the market, what's up, John Week? Good morning, is risk management. This is the only thing we control. When we get into a trade and we start taking correct entries, let's say to the upside, and they start working, we still have no control over a stock going in our direction, the direction we want the stock to go in. We have no control over that. We will never have control over that. The only thing we have control of is when we're getting out. Risk, 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 okay? So in order to have good risk management, you must know, VIPers tell them, what your risk to reward is before every trade you take. Now, here is where traders get into problems. Are we ready? They set a risk on every single trade that is the same. Every single trade is the same. I'm not going to lose $200 today. I'm not going to lose $250 on this trade. I'm not going to lose $300. That's irrelevant. Every trade you take will be, your risk to reward will be different. Every single one. So let me give you an example of this. If you are taking a trade to the upside, you want to go long, okay? You get a move up. You've learned in our VIP when to enter, and you strike for a trade right here, right around 682 to the upside. Now, listen closely here. You're in this trade at 682. 682. What is your risk on this trade? What are you risking on this trade? Do you know where to look to see where what your risk is? Because what most traders are doing, my beautiful traders, you're just hoping it keeps going up. You don't know what you're risking. And that goes back to number one that we put on the board, remember? Risk management is the first problem we have here. But you don't know where you're getting out, and you don't know where your risk to reward is. So how are you going to manage this trade? How are you managing your trade now? You're not. You're hoping. Sometimes we're covering our eyes and like, oh, please, is it going up? Is it going up, man? Oh, it went against me. You must know at all times what your risk to reward is. So if I was getting into this trade for a long right here, I'm going long right there. I am in at 678.23. I know this trade right here is a 50 cent per share risk. I know once I enter here, I'm risking 50 cents per share. That is my risk on this trade. I'm risking 50 cents per share. If I go in with 100 shares and I lose, how much money did I lose? Let's see if you can figure this one out. Let's go. We got 5 more hearts on the board. Thank you, K. Braden. Thank you, Humble. What else do we got? Chrissy, the Humble. Yes, Will, the Thrill. Marcus. Thank you so much. You lose $50. You're losing $50 on this trade. It's a 50 cent risk. I went in with 100 shares, okay? What is my reward? If I'm going for a 2-to-1 on this trade to the upside, coming out of an A-plus setup, I want 2-to-1. How much does this stock have to go up in order to get my 2-to-1? I'm risking 50 cents per share. How much does this stock have to go up for me to get my 2-to-1? $1. We got to go up $1. We got to get up here. 679.26. This is my reward. This is where I get out. Here is my 2-to-1. Okay? I am risking 50, going for 2-to-1. I'm looking for a dollar move to the upside. That is having trading rules, the basics of trading right there. This is the basics, my traders, the very basics of trading. And 9 out of 10 of traders don't do this at all. So what a trader that loses every month, okay, they get in for the trade up here. They're going to the moon. They think this thing is going to go to the moon. Now, here's what happens here. Are we ready, my beautiful traders? You're going long up here. You get this pullback right here, and now we start to pray. The majority are going to get out here. They're going to say, oh my God, look at that red candle. Holy hell, I got to get out. Where do they re-enter? I'm going to show you right now. Let's bring this down. They are going to re-enter right here. They just lost this trade. Terrible risk management. Now they're losing this trade. They get in again, right? Too many trades. Remember, too many trades. They're holding on for dear life. Please come back up. As this starts falling down, you still are holding on to the trade. So risk management is vital, my beautiful traders. And in order to know your risk management, you must know your risk to reward on every trade. This trade was 50 cents. Now, let's say I take a short to the downside here on this A plus setup. And you're going to learn what all these A plus setups are in the VIP. All right. If I get in here at 678.10, okay, 678.10, this trade right here is going to cost me $1. This one is risking me $1 per share. The last trade was 50 cents per share. This trade is $1 per share. Every trade you take, your risk to reward is going to be different. You don't set the same risk to reward on every trade. You're going to be red every month. Okay? So if I'm going for a 2-to-1 on this trade, how much does this trade have to fall in order for me to hit my 2-to-1? I am risking $1 per share. How much do I need? Put it in the chat. I'm doing good, Gilbert. How are you, my brother? Good to see you. Good to see you. $2, right? I need this to come down to 676. That is my reward. This is my entry. This is my reward. I'm risking $1. Bam. We are out right there for my 2-to-1. There is a plan in place. Right now, a lot of you don't have a plan in place. You're just winging it and hoping for the best. How do you expect to be successful as a trader when you don't have a plan? I want someone to answer that for me in the chat. How do you expect to be a good trader without a plan in place? So that is risk management. We are going to fix that in our VIP for you. We're going to get you knowing your risk to reward on every trade faster than you can snap your fingers. Boom, 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 boom. Before I enter for a short, right there, before I enter for a short, I know exactly where I'm getting in, and I know exactly where I'm getting out, and I know exactly where I'm going. I'm doing it all as this starts to fall. You will start to see the setups unfold in front of your eyes for traders. It's not going to be this guessing game anymore. Oh my God, we have so many red candles to the downside. I'm going to get in right there. Those days are going to be over, right? Waiting and waiting. Is there enough red for me to get in for a short yet? Is there enough red? No. You're not getting in down here. You're never going to be a consistent, profitable trader doing that. You're getting in at the start, and we're going to teach you how to do that. So risk management is the first problem you have, okay? Bam. What was the second problem? Entry. Whoa! How many get into a trade? Look, ready? We're going. Hold on. We're getting in for a long right here. And then all of a sudden, wham, wham, wham to the downside. Put me in the chat. Put me in the chat. You enter, and it goes against you, and you're like, not again. No, not again. Let's go, we're only at 20,000 taps. No one's even tapping. I'm going to give everyone, we're going to get to 50,000. I'll give you about another minute, or I'm getting off. I'm not going to play games today. I got too much to do. Me, a lot of me's in here. Lawrence, thank you for the roses. Will, an adorable dad, thank you so much. Whoa, who did all those soccer balls? Grim, thank you, Grim. I appreciate you. You better get to 50,000 fast, folks. You're welcome, Zen. You're welcome. All right, entry is number 2. Entry. Bam. So where do we get in? Well, you only have 2 spots during the market cycle where you get into a trade. That's it. There are only 2 spots out of 8. So you have 8 chances of getting in on a trade. Only 2 of them are correct. How many people knew that? Put me in a chat. How many of you knew there are only 2 chances out of 8 to get into a trade properly? John, good job. Humanity, yes. Very good. Andrew, these are all our VIPers. Royal, okay. Okay. Yeah, our non-VIPers aren't going to know this. Correct. Okay. Why is that? Well, there's something called the market cycle, traders. The market cycle to the upside will run. Let me make this a little smaller so you could say. The market cycle to the upside runs like that. The market to the downside runs like that. In between here is what we call our whip zone. All right, that is our whip zone. For those of you that are on every day before the bell, and we say whip zone, that is where that is in the market cycle. Now, as I start numbering these, you only have 2 spots to go long to the upside out of these 8 opportunities. Okay? 8. You have 8 opportunities to go long in the market cycle. Only 2 of those spots are correct. So every time you get into a trade and you think you're going to the moon, and then all of a sudden, whammo, you got in on one of those, not 2, correct? You got in on one of those 6 other numbers. That's why it went against you. Now, whoa, I'm going to ask you all right now. Out of these numbers right here, okay? We're just going to draw this out. This is whip. Let me put this back. What numbers do we go long? Who knows? VIP, do not answer this question. Do not answer it. Who knows where we go long? VIPers, do not answer this question. No, no, no. Where do we go long? We got a couple 1 and 8s. We got a couple 1 and 6s. JDM, you just worry about tapping that screen. Well, we have one person that said 6. Okay? This is number 6 right here. If you get in at number 6 for a long right here, you know what's going to happen. You're going to get caught in consolidation. So you have a chance of this stock consolidating and ripping to the downside on you, which probably happens to you a lot for a short, correct? So number 6 is no. You are going to get in at number 1 and number 8. These are the 2 long positions in the market cycle. All right? So when you get into a trade and it immediately goes against you, you either got in on 2, 3, 4, 7, 5, or 6. You have 6 opportunities of getting it wrong. That is why 92% of all equity traders lose in the market. 98% of all options traders lose in the market because now hear me out here. You don't know how to trade the asset. This is the asset of the market. So Tesla will be the asset. When you trade options, you're trying to trade the derivative of that asset. So if you don't know where to enter on the market cycle and actually know how to trade the asset, now we're throwing Greeks on top of it. That's why that goes up to 98%. Okay? Because you can still get it right in the market cycle with options, but time decay is still going to make you lose the trade. So that is 92% of all traders in the market will lose because they don't know where to enter on the market cycle. If I enter for a long here at number 1, what will we call this type of trade? Number 1. This is where you are going to make your living right here, right there. Number 1 is where you're making your living. Right there. What do we call that setup? JC, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter the instrument you trade. It could be equities, futures, Forex, options, crypto. This is the same for everything. The instrument is irrelevant. Irrelevant. You have to know that. This is what we call the A+ setup. Right here. This is your bread and butter play. How many of you know where the A+ setup is? How many of you know where the A+ setup is? Anybody? If I show you this chart right now, let me pull this back. Where is the A plus setup here? Who knows where the A plus setup is inside that box? Let me move this over a little bit for you, my beautifuls. Where's the A plus setup? You got two of them. I'm staring at two, well, technically three of them. You know where they are? Look, most of you don't even know where the A plus setup is here. Where is it? And you'll learn that all in the VIP. We will show you precisely where the A plus setup is. So you got to get your entry right on the market cycle. So let's redraw it back out. So we know that 1 and 8 are where we're going long. We're going long here, A plus setup. Number 8, what kind of trade is that? What kind of trade is number 8, my beauties? We are at 41,000 likes. We got to do better than that. Oh, brother. Look at, I love the question. I'm going to be nice. I love the question. The question is this strategy consistent through all candle sizes? What's number 8? Number 8 is your reversal trade back to the upside. Number 8 is your reversal. This is your A plus setup. This is your reversal. 5, 6, 7, 4, 3, 2 are irrelevant in the market. To the upside, do not trade them or you're going to continue to lose. And we're going to show you in the VIP exactly where 1 and 8 are. And you are going to train on that over and over. That's just to the upside. That's not going for shorts. How do we get into the VIP? Well, this is where we're going to head over to get into that VIP. If you want to learn how to trade properly, most of you, yesterday was a very bad day in the market. Very choppy at the open, okay? Most of it was very bad. I'm going to show you my trades here in a second. That is where we go to get in to that beautiful VIP. All right? That's where you're going to go. When you get in there, we're going to welcome you with open arms. Now, that was entry and risk management. How many of you have learned more in the last 27 minutes on this live than you have your whole trading career? Put me in the chat. Put me in the chat, my beauties. Oh, we got a lot more work to do. Let me pull this up. This is one of our VIP traders right here. She got in for a short right there where the arrow is. Right here, she got in for that short. Right here, she got out of that trade for over $1 per share move. Why did she get into this trade? Right here, why did she get in on this trade for a short? Does anybody know? Anybody know why? Who knows? Right, it's a reversal trade, but why? What set it up? What set it up on the reversal? What kind of play was this? What do we call this type of play in the markets, my traders? Market cycle. Nope. Is part of the market cycle. What is this play called? This is called the break of structure entry. This is break of structure entry back to the heartbeat of the market. All right? Break of structure. Annie, congratulations. Everyone W in the chat for our VIPer, Annie. Beautiful dollar move right there. Woo! Actually, it's more than $1. Good job, Annie. Beautiful. All right, here's another VIPer. Here he is. What kind of trade did he take? He entered right there. Boom. Exited right there. This is a $2 move to the upside. He got $2 on this move. What type of move did Lino Rocha get in on? Who knows this type of move? What is this one called? Another VIPer, and you can see his executions are down here. That is the A plus setup trade. Congratulations, everyone. W. Lino in the chat. Let's go. Now, as you look at our VIPers, these are our VIPers who were green in the market yesterday. Okay? These are all our VIPers who took green trades in the market yesterday. Congratulations to all the VIP traders. Let's go. Woo-wee. Congratulations, VIP. Love yous. Now, I'm looking for my trades. That's why I pulled a lot of these up. So hold on here. Bump, 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 bump. Man, we have a lot of green trades in there. I got to keep scrolling to get to mine. Hold on, everybody. Yikes. Adriana, look at this beauty. Adriana, I got to show this one. She is one of our top traders now. Look at this sucker. Holy moly, Adriana to the moon. Adriana, look at that banger on it. Google. This was Google. Look at that beauty. A plus setup to the upside for Adriana. Congratulations. I'm still looking for my trade. There's so many green trades in here. I should start writing these down. Look at this. This is insane. This is absolutely insane. All right, here we go. All right. IWM. Are we ready, my beauties? IWM. I took this trade right here at the open. Entered, exit. Why? Why did I get in there and why did I exit there? You're welcome, King. Love you all. Keep tapping, keep sharing. We're at 57,000. We got to get some money guns. I want to know why I entered there and why I got out there. Who knows why, my beauties? Who knows why? And we're going to teach you why here in 1 second. All right, we got the 3 money guns on the board, my beauties. Well, first of all, if we go back, we are in a narrow state. You're going to learn all about the state of your stock in our VIP. This is going to change your trading career between 9:30 and 9:45. You're going to go like this. Because most of you won't touch it because you're too afraid to get in, too volatile. We had a narrow state. We got over the base. We come into the whole number. We wrap that sucker up for $1 per share move to the upside on IWM. Okay? Now, this is where this gets fun. MU, are we ready? Where is Annie? Annie, where are you, sweetheart? Annie. You ready, Annie? We almost took the identical trade on 2 different stocks. I entered for a short right there, and I got out down there. Why? Why did I go in for a short there, and why did I get out there? Who knows why? Isn't this fun? Yes, it is. Earnings move, Luke says. Earnings, earnings, earnings. No, we don't trade earnings. Amateurs look for earnings. Why did we get in there? You got 2 things going on. John McGarvey, Zen Method. Yes, it is. Thank you, John. Zank, thank you. Zen, I love yous. I love yous. Why did I take that trade, guys? Come on, you got to know this stuff. This is where we had a cycle out reversal and we had a break of structure. You had a cycle out reversal and a break of structure. Good job, Vishush. Yes, it is. Good job, Mr. Dave. Yes. Beauty. Because of the characteristics and the setup, we can trade through that 8. We're not afraid of that 8. That's why that trade went with no problem. It was a cycle out reversal and a break of structure play. You will learn all of those plays in the VIP. And you're going to see these set up. I was sitting here watching MU, and I see this green candle, topping tail, and I said, come to Papa, because once you take that sucker out, we are in for a short. Come to Papa! Let's go! So those were the 2 winners I took yesterday in the market. So what did we go over so far? Risk management, entry, and what is number 3? Too many trades. Let's go over it. How many of you in here, VIP, please do not answer because you don't do this anymore. How many people took more than 5 trades yesterday? Put me in the chat. Who took more than 5 trades yesterday in the market? I can't get over all these green trades, VIPers. Holy shoot. Look at this thing. It just keeps going and going and going and going. This is insane. On a Friday? Are you kidding me? A lot of me's in here. All right, let's talk about this. Traders, every day in the market, you have 3 to 5 chances to make a trade. That's it. Real traders, you only have 3 to 5 chances. If you're taking more than 5 trades in the market, you're going to lose. You only have 3 to 5 chances every day. So how are you taking more than 5 trades every day? Can someone answer that question for me? You only have 3 to 5. You could trade a 5-second chart, a 7-second chart. You're going to be red at the end of the month. The more trades you take, the more you're going to lose. Remember that. The more trades you take, the more you're going to lose. Let's hammer those roses, traders. Let's hammer those things. We are at 68,000 taps. That's what I'm talking about. Listen to me, traders. Listen to me. Listen. I know right now you're saying to yourself, oh my God, I take so many trades. I love trading. The more you trade, the more you're going to lose. All right, my beautiful traders? You only have 3 to 5 opportunities every day on any given symbol. It doesn't matter what you're trading, 3 to 5. Out of those 3 to 5 opportunities, you are only taking 1 to 3 trades per day. That is it. Okay? So here's the problem with most people and why they take so many trades. I'm going to tell you why you take so many trades. Okay? Are you ready for this? You take so many trades because you have labeled yourself a scalper. And the reason you label yourself a scalper is because you were so used to getting in a trade and it going against you. The moment it goes up just a little bit, you get out for the fear that it's going to go against you. If I'm correct, say yes in the chat. If I'm correct by that statement, please put yes in the chat, my beauties. Molly, Shelley, Stringer, thank you so much. Jen, Lawrence, Humanity, thank you, beautiful, so much for all those donations. I appreciate you. All right? There's a lot of yeses. So you labeled yourself a scalper to protect your ego. Okay? You're sick of losing all the time, but you think by taking these little wins in the market, you're doing good, that you know what you're doing. You don't know what you're doing. You just dealt a bigger blow for you and more of a learning curve for you. So when we get into a trade, it immediately goes against us. What's the first thing we think of? We say to ourselves, okay, well, if it goes against me, all the time, why don't I just get out when it goes up a little bit? All right, let's try it. You get in for a trade in the wrong market cycle. You get in here, right there. You try to get out right there. You're trying to get out at 268. You're in at like 267. It rips up. You're like, I'm out. The problem is you're using Weeble or Thinkorswim. It doesn't let you get out of the trade fast enough, so you wind up losing the trade anyway. How many of you have had that happen to you? You're using a non-direct access routing broker. Those who are using free brokers in here, how many times do you not get filled and wind up losing anyway? Put me in the chat. Thank you for all those roses, everybody. Holy moly. Thank you, everybody. Everyone's like, how does this guy know all this that's happening to me? I went through it, traders. I've been through all this already. I've been doing this 21 years. You don't think I've been through this already? Huh? Okay, so let's regroup. You get the stock starts moving up. It starts moving up. You get a little bit of taste of green, you're out. So now, this was your risk on the trade. Once you know risk to reward, you're going to see how silly this is, okay? This was your risk on the trade. That was your risk. You're getting out right there. That is your winner, and that's what you're risking. You don't even know that, do you? Scalpers, that is your risk, and that was your reward. You're not going to be green every month doing that. How are you going to be green every month doing that? Because the majority of the time, you're going to take losers over these little winners. So let's say you get lucky and you get a bunch of these little winners, all right? Let's back this up. So we're taking these trades where our risk is supposed to be that. You are taking these little winners, right? You got these little winners. You're a scalper now. Yeah, baby. Look, we got 5 of them in a row. We got 5 trades in a row scalping. Winners. How many losses does it take to wipe that out? How many of losses will it take? 1, right here. 1 loss like this, all the rows can fit inside that loss plus more. Right? So these are your little winners you took, but that's your loser. That's why at the end of every month you're red. But you think by taking these little green trades, you know what you're doing. But guess what? You just created another problem for yourself. Because now you won't be able to stay in trades long enough to get your 1-to-1s, to get your 2-to-1s. Now we got to retrain you on that. So now we created another problem, becoming a scalper. Scalpers don't make money. Remember that. Write that down. Okay? So now we got to retrain you on how to be and stay in trades longer. Do you know my average trades that I take in the trade? Average, minimum 15 minutes. What? Scalpers right now are like, what? 15 minutes? Holy moly, I can't look at the chart going up and down for 15 minutes without getting anxiety, they're saying right now. Holy moly! I was in a trade the other day, 32 minutes on PayPal. 32 minutes before I got my winner. Oh man, does PayPal move slow. Holy moly, does it go slow. Keep tapping. We're at 80,000 likes. We need a tap blitz right now. Let's go. Tap that screen over there on the tubes as well. So we have a problem, Houston, because ultimately what's happening is these are your winners and these are your average. These are your losses. Those are your average winners. So how are you going to be green at the end of the month? We have to flip that upside down. We got to make your winners this big and your losers that small. We have to flip it upside down. And how are we going to do that? Well, we're going to teach you risk management in the VIP. We're going to hammer you with risk management. Then we're going to teach you proper setups based on the market cycle. Okay? Then we're going to get you trading only 1 to 3 times a day. All the VIPers that are in here right now, doing these 3 things, has it dramatically changed your trading? Yes or no? Put it in the chat. Oscar, that's not good. Has being taught by me, these 3 things dramatically change your trading? And there's your answer in the chat, everybody. Right now, you're doing everything the opposite. You don't have risk management. You don't know where to get in, and you're trading a lot. How are you going to be green at the end of the month? If I did that, I wouldn't be green at the end of the month. Right? Okay? So let's fix that for you. I still have this up here, Quentin. I don't know if you're in here. This is one of our VIP traders. He's been with us now, I think 1.5 years, 2 years? I forget. That is his equity curve. All right? Based off this year only. Last year was a train wreck. But these losses last year were bigger than this. And now his equity curve is going in the direction it is supposed to go in. The only time I want you to draw a trend line, those days will be over as well, is on your equity curve. That's the way it's supposed to go. His equity curve, when he first joined, was going that way. So we taught him, Wizard is on vacation, how to trade properly. And now that's his equity curve for this year. Whammo! Whammo! We're going in the right direction. Okay? Now, with that said, you guys are making me work hard today. Humanity, Zen, Papa, but I love teaching you. I want you to win. I don't want you to suck at this. I sucked at this for 10 years, and it was the worst 10 years of my life. And I lost my hair in the process. Pop-Up, Zen, Marcus, Humanity, thank you so much. Molly, I just want to thank all our gifters. Marcus, yes, it is. I appreciate you. Thank you for all the follows, everybody. So currently you have an equity curve for those that journal. You're not going to know where your equity curve is if you don't journal your trades every day, okay? So right now your equity curve is going like this. It's a heart rate monitor that we always talk about, okay? But ultimately you get lucky here, right? We get lucky here, but we're trending down, so that's a problem. Remember what I said, traders. Where the arrows are is when we think we know what we're doing. That's scary as hell. You're never going to know what you're doing in the market. Never. The only thing you control is risk management. Remember that. But you're trending down. Like Quentin and a lot of other VIP traders, once he joined the VIP, you are still going to trend down until we clean up the mess you created for yourself. So what do I mean by the mess you created? Well, if you became a scalper, I now have to unwind you from that, remember? That's one problem. The first problem is you had bad risk management, which made you become a scalper. Now you became a scalper because of the bad risk management, and now I can't get you to stay in trades long enough. Okay? So I got a lot of work to do here with you. And we're going to get it right. I promise you that. I will get you right if you come into that VIP and give me 100%. If you come in saying, okay, I joined, am I going to make money now? You're going to lose. But if you come in and say, Voss, I'm ready to work. Let's get to work. Let's learn. Let's teach. I won't complain. I won't whine. Let's do it. We're going to change your trading around. Those that whine or quit easy, you're just going to quit. Okay? That is your equity curve. And we want to eventually, like we did with Quentin and many others, is start getting this sucker to level out. Once we get your equity curve to level out, we have risk management completed, okay? Now we got you taking trades and you have great risk management. Got it? Then when we start heading up in this direction, what does that mean? So on Quentin's equity curve here, one of our VIPers, as you can see, bad risk management. It was even worse the prior year. Now we flattened him out here. Good risk management, and now he starts going up. Why is he going up? What has he done during the training process to make himself go up? Who knows? Remember the three things we talked about when we first got on here. Number one, risk management. We solved that for him. Number two, entries. We solved that for him. Number three, he was taking too many trades prior. We solved that for him. Got it? Good. Good. Now, the most of you, okay, and I have to go over this because this is important and this is going to sting a little bit, but I'm not being mean, traders. What I'm doing is telling you facts, all right? I got to give you the facts. This is everybody in here right now, all 100 of us. Let's hammer some more roses, my beauties. Let's get some more roses. We all start here, all right? And then during our trading journey, we are going to branch out, right? We're going to branch out. And we're going to wind up in one of these two boxes, okay? We all start here. We become a trader. We're all happy. Yay! I'm a trader now. Woo! But in a very small amount of time, we are going to branch out into these two boxes. You're either going to be on team 80 or team 20. What team do you want to be on? Do you want to be on the 80 team or the 20 team? Hey, Rev, love you, baby. Yep, one day at a time, Rev, and we'll get you squared away. Where do we want to be? Do we want to be in the 80 or the 20? You don't want to be in the 80. That's where they all go to quit. All the 80 people go and quit. I tried trading for 2 months. They said, trade momentum. So they tried to get in long up here, and they lost, okay? 80% are going to quit. They're out of here. 20% are going to keep going. Out of those 20 now, well, it's actually not percent, but 20, 10 of you are going to do this regularly. Look, we started with 100. Only 10 are going to be doing this regularly, waking up every morning with me and trading. Is that wild? That's a scary thought, isn't it? Out of 100? Woof! Damn! How you like those apples? Now, is that because you're not smart enough to do it? Is that because you'll never be able to figure this out? No. The reason you're going to not be 10 is because you're going to quit. When the going gets tough, the tough get going. Not the other way around. Trading is going to be mentally the hardest thing you ever do in your life. All the VIPers in here, when I first told you that, you all thought I was nuts. Do you all understand it now? Is trading one of the mentally hardest things you ever done in your life? It doesn't matter if you trade crypto, futures, Forex, options. What we teach you in the VIP, if you can't trade price action, you won't be able to trade anything. I'm going to get into that in a second. It's life change. This is life changing if you stick with it and work hard. I need you to work hard. All right. Now, a lot of people asking here, if I do futures, does this work? If I do Forex, does this work? If I do crypto, equities, options, yes, the instrument is irrelevant. So I'm going to tell you your trading journey. You started off trading options or penny stocks, right? Your first time being a trader, you either did options or penny stocks because you didn't have the money to what it takes to be a trader, right? You knew that going in. So you said, how can I make the most money the fastest without risking the most money? Well, they go to options and they go to penny stocks, right? Because they think they are going to get rich quick. How many of you tried that? Say me in the chat. How many of you tried that? Say me in the chat. Everyone's like, how does this guy know this? I tried it. Look at all these me's. Okay. So after you try options, you go to penny stocks and you blow up your accounts. We've all been there, so don't think this is a bad thing. We've all been there, right? What's number 3? They go to futures. We're going to get in a prop firm, baby. Let's go. What prop firm's going to be a sucker to take me in and give me their money? Let's go. Woo! What prop firm's going to give me some money I can trade? I'm sick of losing my money. I'm sick of losing my money, right? You went from penny to options. Yeah, it's either penny to options or options to pennies. 6 of one, half dozen of the other. You are now a futures trader. And guess what? They throw you out. Boom. See ya. Couldn't graduate. Goodbye. Now you're sitting there going, now what do I do? So you tried all these different instruments, options, penny stocks, futures, crypto, Forex. None of them worked. Why? Why? Melfi, you haven't blown that account up yet, but you will in time. I hope you don't, but you're going to. Why? What happened here? It's not about the instrument. Options, penny stocks, futures. You don't know how to trade. If you actually learned how to trade correctly, you could have stayed on options. You could have stayed on penny stocks. You could have stayed on futures. The instrument is irrelevant. Irrelevant. And now you hear all these other people that stream on TikTok. The instrument's irrelevant. Where do you think they heard that from? I've been doing this a lot longer than them, streaming. Okay? It doesn't matter. XRP to the moon. Are we ready on XRP? Stand by. Stand by. Everyone, all the cryptos are like this now. What's going on? What's going on? Are we ready? Are we ready, traders? Here we go, XRP. What do we have here? VIPers, if I go in for a short right there, what do we have there, everybody? Johnny, tell everybody. Here we go. We'll give you a drum roll. Are we ready? What do we have there? What do we got there on XRP? Why are we shorting that? Anybody? Anybody? Bueller, 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 Bueller. We gotta break a structure. There's that BOS again. Woo! Look at that. But it's crypto. It won't do the same thing. It did it harder. Are we ready? Oh my God. Here we go. Are we ready? NQ. I don't know. We're going short there. Why? Break a structure. Whammo! Same as my MU trade. Yes, it is. The instrument is irrelevant, traders. You must learn how to trade the markets. You don't know how to trade the markets. You're losing your hard-earned family money every single day. Stop it. Now, I'm going to tell you this one piece of advice. And a lot of you are going to say, oh, no. But it's to protect you. If you want to hear it, put yes in the chat. If you don't want to hear it, I won't talk about it. While you're putting that, the VIP is open. How do we get into VIP and learn all this, Voss? Enough is enough. I need to learn. That is where you're going to go to get into the VIP. We are a big family in there. We all take care of each other in there. So when you come in, if you like that family environment type stuff, that's who we are, okay? All right, here we go. And now I'm only telling you this, my beautiful traders, is because it's important. I don't want you to lose your hard-earned money. I don't want you to lose your money, man. Nobody wants that in here. We want to help you, okay? I'm going to draw these out. What are these boxes? These are months. January, February, March, 6 months. You can pick any months you want. You must be green in a simulator trading the live market. You're going to trade the live market in a simulator. You must be green 6 months in a row before you even think about putting your hard-earned money on the line. Okay? This is just a template. It's not guaranteed after 6 months green, you're still going to be good with live money. This is just the standard. Okay? Now, how many of you can do it? How many can be green 6 months in a row? Put yes or no in the chat. Okay, we have a lot of yeses, right? Seems easy. During the 6 months, you must take a minimum of 350 trades. Whoa! You got to take a minimum of 350 trades in that 6 months. Who's going to be green now? Because if you're not, guess where your money would have went to? The garbage. Think about this. Right now, you're sitting there going, how am I going to do this? Well, we have many VIP traders, a lot, who accomplished this goal and are trading live. They had to go through pain to get there. But think about this. And the reason I bring this up to you is, a lot of you are trading your real money not knowing what to do. Now you look at this and say, what was I doing this entire time? Let me tell you what you were doing. You see this red box? Miss Market ate up all your money. So let me ask you this question. Would you rather learn how to trade in a simulator and work on your trading so you can eventually go live and not lose money, or start with your hard-earned money and lose it? What would you rather do? Don't forget, humanity, that's 6 months worth of trades. How many in the VIP group? A lot. The VIP is $49.99 a month. That's it. You are going to learn how to trade. Like, you're going to just put it this way. You're going to be like, holy shit, this is all this guy's charging? $49.99 a month. That's $50 a month. No upfront 1,000, no upfront 2,000. Halfway through, we're going to have now a futures group over here for another 1,000, and then we're going to have a crypto group over here for another 1,000 you got to pay, and then over here, we're going to teach you how to wipe your butt for another 1,000 over here. No, this is it, traders. That is it. Right there. Whammo. Correct, it's tuition. Because you're going to lose a lot more than $50 a month if you keep doing what you're doing. One of our coaches in the VIP, JDM, says it best. JDM, are you in here? He joined us 2 years ago. He's one of our coaches now. And now he's kicking major ass. You have lost more than $50 a month already. And I'm not laughing at you. Just think about the facts here. You lost more than $50 a month already. You spend more on Starbucks than $50 a month. Right? So we're going to train you for $50 a month where you're not going to lose your money in the market anymore. It is called an education, and then you could go teach your kids, your aunt, your uncle, your grandparents, whoever the hell you want, I don't care. Go teach them how to trade. There he is, JDM. JDM always says, you're going to lose so much more than this if you don't learn how to trade. In my first trade I ever took on MB Trading, that was a platform, back in 2004, I lost $6,000 of the money my grandparents gave me, not to trade, but because I needed it. $6,000, boom, like that, it was gone. How many $50 a month is it going to catch up to that, bad boy? I was distraught. That's what was one of my most motivators to keep going, was that I let them down. I let them down, and that still haunts me to this day. I DoorDashed last night for $65. Holy shnikes. $65? Holy moly. What the hell were you eating? It's bright. Guys, if you see me close my eyes, I have these lights in front of me. They're bright as hell. Jero says, I lost over 500, so 50 is not bad to get the basics. Yep, you're going to get more than basics, I'll tell you that. And what do you get in the VIP? Let me go over this real quick. Number one, I'm going to review your trades you take. We're going to teach you how to upload your trades in the VIP. I'm going to review them, me and the coaches, to tell you what you did right or wrong. I will review your trades, your red trades. Number two, every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern, so everybody's home for the most part, I train you in the VIP. It's this times 1,000. Okay? Number three, you are going to have access to over 70 hours of education content. 70 hours! You ain't getting 70 hours of education content for $50 a month. There ain't no way, Jose. And those are the three perks, the biggest perks, and you're going to get more. Damn, $65 on DoorDash. Holy moly. Yeah, that's about what we spend. Now that I think about it. All right. So to get in there, if you decide to, you don't have to. You can keep going on your journey. You know, we don't force anybody. That is where you're going to go to get into the VIP. We will be back on tomorrow morning. Hold on, folks. We got to do, you know what we got to do? The roll call. We cannot. Oh, we got to finish those roses. Finish those roses, my beauties. We are at 128,000 likes. Yes, it is. Look at all those people on the YT over there. Hammer, Marcus, Zen, Jessica Pilach, Lawrence. Holy, they're coming in with all these gifts. JL Haba, humanity. Look at all Pop Pop, Shelly, Molly, Shelley Stringer, Adorable Dad, Rango Marquez, Humanity, Jessica P. Lodge, thank you. John McGarvey, Zen Method, Wrangle again. Look, Marcus, Toad. I love that name, Toad. Only Dan in the UK. That's being investigated. Jay Gilbert, Lawrence Trading, Grizzly, Clay Dog, Marina, Lighty, None, Life Wonders. I can tell by your logos now what your names are. I've memorized your names. Is that sick? K. Braden, Andrew the Believer, Rev, Mr. Dave. Thank you all. I can tell by your TikTok profile pictures what your name is. Because I've known you all for so long. Holy, they're going to learn emotional control in the VIP. Don't you worry. Hello, Mark Rivers. How are you, my brother? Much love to you. Thank you for all those donations, everybody. I love you all so much. And listen, traders, tomorrow we'll be back on live in the morning again. I'm playing golf tomorrow, so we'll be on around 9:15 a.m. Eastern time. We're going to get the whip zones level set up for Monday for you, okay? Get in that VIP. Start learning how to trade. You have all day today, all day tomorrow to learn. So when the bell goes off Monday, you have a little bit of knowledge on what you're doing. And then every week that you're in, you're going to learn more and more and more. You're going to shock yourself. I love you all. Thank you. Make the world a better place. Give somebody a hug today, okay? Somebody needs a hug today. Go give it to them. And we'll see you tomorrow morning, everybody. Much love to you all. Let's go. Let's go. Thank you, everybody. I love you. I love you. We want to help you. We want to help you. Losing my voice.